It's springtime in Gotham, and Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, is still fighting crime as the city's best detective, except now he has a chipped ear and even more things to cry himself to sleep about. Through his investigation of an arms dealer named Maury, he runs into the Riddler, who has a knack for saw-like contraptions and slitting people's throats. Riddler taunts Batman about how he used to be the head in charge in Gotham.
Your naivete is just embarrassing. I save people. You should concentrate on saving yourself.
And then he gets slapped around and eventually escapes with his trusty cane. Amanda Waller, the second most terrifying creature behind Darkseid, comes into play when she and her agency infiltrate Gordon's territory in hopes of catching the Riddler. Needless to say, Gordon finds Waller's presence unwelcome, just like the way we all found the release of Batman and Robin unwelcome.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
Alfred is still prepping tea for Bruce at 5 in the morning after a night of crime fighting, and together they investigate a weird box that the Riddler left behind for Batman. Proving the Riddler to be a total hipster, it turns out the box converts into a vinyl record that has a peculiar beeping sound attached to it. Hoping to crack the device, Bruce takes it to Lucius, and before we know it, Lucius cracks it, and ends up a burnt corpse after an explosion in his office. During Lucius's funeral, his daughter Tiffany makes Bruce feel guilty and cries on his shoulder because she obviously had no idea that her dad was the tech genius behind Batman. A manic familiar face crashes the funeral, much to Bruce's surprise. Little does he know who John Doe will turn out to be. That'll be an even bigger surprise. Bruce agrees to help John and meet his friends in exchange for the Riddler's location. To think that these two were actually allies, the writers were bold here.
Put that away. This is a funeral, for God's sake.
While trying to track down the Riddler, Gordon and Batman find themselves in a lair with one of Waller's dead agents, who met his demise by failing to figure out the Riddler's death chamber. The two almost get their eardrums fatally busted and communicate with a demented Riddler on the television screen. Riddler reveals that he was once involved with the agency and royally fucked with Batman's head when he mentions Lucius Fox. So much so that Batman lets his guard down in front of Gordon. Their relationship shifts after Gordon gets super offended for not knowing about Lucius's involvement with the Dark Knight. It's a tricky line, because now Gordon doesn't fully trust Batman. Ooh.
I gotta say, the fact I had to learn about it from Riddler instead of you, it doesn't sit right with me at all. I thought we had some trust, you and I.
At the Batcave, Bruce narrows down that the Riddler has his psychotic hands on all of Waller's agents' personal information, and at the dial of a phone, the Riddler can send out missiles and blow every Fed to shreds if he wanted to. But with his illegal government technology, Bruce blocks the Riddler's signal and decides to talk to Eli Nabel, the Riddler's former right-hand man and guaranteed tweaker. Without Gordon's knowledge, Batman goes to interrogate Eli, and Waller gives some really scary, seductive vibes towards him. But anyway, with his old-fashioned compassion and Jedi mind tricks, Batman convinces Eli, as well as the whole unit, that he will use the Riddler's missiles to blow up the precinct. But alas, the tweaking method finally squeezes out the Riddler's location.
He's on a ship in Gotham Bay!
What ship?
The Lady of Dublin. The missiles are there too. This is where they're launched from.
Batman sneaks onto a boat and finds agents of Vesta, Blake, and a couple of Waller's other stooges in seemingly inescapable death traps. Of course, if you're not Batman. The Cape Crusader almost outwits the Riddler before he's thrown in a big-ass birdcage with a Vesta, while the other agents' heads are on the chopping block. In classic vein of the villain wanting to play a game, the Riddler delivers a bunch of boring-ass riddles that he thinks make him look cool.
I am black and blue and bleeding from the ears. Who am I?
I think he means me.
Blake gets decapitated, and literally moments later, Batman uses one of his gadgets to get them out of the cage and direct the missiles into the ocean rather than into Gotham City. Talk about good timing, huh? Yeah, well, maybe not for Headless Blake. Riddler receives his old man beat down at the hands of Batman, and he finally gets him to shut the f*** up. We're tired of those goddamn riddles. Riddler's in handcuffs and implies that John was probably responsible for the Riddler's friends not showing up to kill Batman with him. Just then, a bright green dart whooshes in and sticks the weirdo right in the neck. He dies, and the Riddler's reign is over. Gordon turns his back on Batman after learning about his violent interrogation of Eli and the colossal mess of the Riddler's plan. Batman practically says, "Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me." Waller crawls into the conversation and defends Batman for taking initiative with the Riddler. The whole exchange between the three is like a wife finding out about her husband's mistress and then leaving him because of it. Gordon's the wife, Waller's the mistress. Waller then hints to Batman about the Riddler being in a feud with Little Puddin' herself, Harleen Quinzel, aka Harley Quinn.
Dr. Harleen Quinzel, former psychiatrist at Arkham Asylum. She's very elusive. Keeps her head down. Much more so than that show-off Riddler.
And the cherry on top, the moment that made every gamer playing this gasp.
Yes. You and I will be working together very closely. Bruce.